Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to Sam Savage Fishing. Today it is a very miserable day here in Portsmouth. Currently with Luca over Maya in the back.
Hello,
Hi girls.
It's a popcorn.
So today is no fishing today. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to my boat to check up on it. It's been quite windy at the minute, and the wind is picking up over this weekend. We've got gusts of up to 38 miles per hour. It is Friday today. No, it's not Friday, it's Saturday. I've lost days of the week. Yeah, we're going to head over to the boat, give the boat a good check up, make sure all the mooring lines are all sorted, and make sure the mooring lines are all set up. And then what we're going to then do, I've got some anchor rope, so a new 30 metre length of it, which we're going to use today, which needs a loop spliced into it. So what we're going to head down there, grab that, and then we'll head back and I'll actually show you a video of how to actually splice it together. So when you're basically connecting your anchor chain to your long line of rope, because you don't want to be hauling 30 metres of anchor chain in, because you will be completely destroyed by the end of the day if you do that 2 or 3 times during the day. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay guys, here we are down at the boat. Let's go check all these mooring lines. She's all good. Here she is guys, this is my fishing boat, this is. Welcome to my humble abode. So here is a tour of my vessel, which is originally a TL22, which was originally built to be a river class. And here, starter batteries are on, power down. So yeah, what we will be changing is this one here. So what we've got is, what we're going to be showing you today is how to try a splice loop. It basically connects up your anchor chain to your rope as well. So back on itself. So this one that I've got at the minute is basically coming. It's a bit worn out now, so, and it doesn't look very nice. So I've got 30 metres of new stuff. I'll still keep this. I'll probably use this as some sort of rope somewhere. But yeah, just got to put some new one on. Right, so we checked all that. Bilge pump's all working, so engine can go back up. I always say it to you fishermen, if you're ever going to go out, especially into sea by yourself, make sure you have a backup, so secondary outboard engine, which, especially if you're in a high traffic zone, like a shipping channel, can get you out of a ship really, really quickly. And a VHF radio, always. Okay then, right, so now, I'm going to film the whole thing, but I'm going to run to the other side of the yard to grab my, my anchor rope. Stay tuned guys as well, something really big happening with this vessel. Right, I think so, but it should be, if someone hasn't stolen it, it's over here. The old stockyard of bits. Right, so there we are then. 30 metres, brand new anchor rope, which will go back home, and we'll get this set up and I'll show you guys how to splice a loop into this to make it all nice and fancy. Alright. Right, okay guys, so we're back. So we'll be showing you how to essentially splice a loop into your anchor rope. So the reason why you do that is to basically create a bit of lightweightness, makes it lightweight. So if you had, say, 30 metres of anchor chain and you're trying to haul that in, you know, after, you know, you go to 2 or 3 wrecks, by the time you've done that, you're absolutely knackered, as well as trying to fight, you know, especially if you catch a good fish, you're trying to fight that as well. So it makes it a lot easier and also a lot more cheaper to basically use anchor chain and then connect it directly either with a splice or a splice loop and a D-shackle to your anchor rope, which we've got here. So this is one I've just made up. So what I've got here is 30 meters of shackle, or what you can then actually do is, in another video which I'll show you, is connect it to the anchor chain directly, so you can eliminate this whole loop. I just do it this way, so if I have to chop and change bits on it, then I can. It just makes it a lot more easier. And then, yeah. So yeah, I'll show you that on another video, but for now I'm going to show you how to splice it, how to prep it, and yeah, go from there. Okay, so what you're going to need is a 3-core rope of nylon or hemp. What it is, it's a bit more flexible and doesn't go back to its original shape as easy, so it's sort of a lot more malleable compared to polyester style ropes. So you're going to need one of those, nice sharp knife, and you can either use a bit of whipping thread or like to use a bit of electrical tape. So what we're going to do first, get our end here. I'm just going to cut the existing blue electrical tape off. Put that to the side. So, usually when you get your rope from the merchant, it will come cut with little burning cutters. So all you're going to want to do is break that end connection. Literally do it. There you go. Like that. So then what you're left with is your 3 cores exposed. What I like to do, makes it a lot more easier, is get your electrical tape. And I just like to wrap that round each end to allow it to basically makes it a lot easier for when we are threading our cores through. Make sure it's still nice and tight, and because what these cores depends on what type of rope you've got, but the ones I've got, I believe it's about 12 cores, individual threads on each core. So that's what I like to do. Probably just about 1.5 inches down, just makes it easier. So when we're threading it through each one of these, it's a lot more easier to get through, and it's not going to sort of open itself up. Like so. So there you are. You've got your 3 cores. So what I like to do is open them up. So got about 25 to 30 centimeters of core ends, and then what we're going to do with that is we're going to set our loop of what we're making to our desired length, like so. And the way that you're going to do this now is essentially the pattern which we're going to go for before we start is going to be an up and over technique. So what I mean by that is going to be going over one of the threads and then under the other, then it continues on. So get your loop to its desired length. That's what I've got here. And what we're going to do, you can either use like a splice and podger, or I like to use my hands, it's just easier, depends on what type of rope you've got. Is that we're going to open up our core, so we've got our threads exposed, and then what we're going to do is bring our loop around here, and essentially what we're going to try and do is make it fit sort of in line with each other. So say for example, we'll go with this one here because it's the furthest away. So what we're going to do is going to go over this one here, then under the next thread, and go over and under, like so. And what we're going to do, bring it in nice and tight, and then onto this next one here. So we're going to work back on ourselves, back one, we're going to go over this one, over this one, and under that one. Over that one and under that one there, like so. Okay, so then what I like to do is keep each rope like so and just make a note of where each one is. So what we're going to now do is basically do what we just said, so we're going to be going over each one, under each one, working our way up until we get that pattern. Do here, over that one, over to that one, and then under this one. We're just going to keep working our way up, following it round each time. So we've got this core here, once again over that one, under that one. You can see a pattern starting to emerge with it. And then if you've done it correctly, you should have a nice splice and a nice pattern starting to show with each one of your cores running up nicely. And then basically what we're going to do is just continue this all the way on, and then once we get to the end I'll show you guys how to tidy up nicely. So if you ever get sort of mixed up of where you're going, you can always tell. You'll know if you've not got it right straight away because your patterns will just be off. And also your splicing pattern just won't look symmetrical and even with each other. So what you should be looking for is a nice even pattern started, nice tight loop at the start. It's not going to come undone. And as I say, we're going for about 6 inches up, and then any excess length that we've got we can just cut off and then tidy up at the end. Okay then, so here we are. So if you still followed me, what we should have now is a very nice and even splice of intertwining cores together that will create a really nice tight non-slip. Not essentially, which can be very durable and also doesn't create a massive bulge when it goes for your fair leads. You know, it's nice and seamline. So what you should be left over is about this much length. You can go a little bit shorter if you want to, but I like to sort of make it a bit more, because what happens if you go too short with it, you end up creating like a little bulge. So what I like to do is I like to leave them a little bit long, so in that way I can sort of thread them back over, following the rope round a bit more and then when we tape it up, it just makes it a bit more seamless. So just following it round to here, you're just going to follow the same pattern of the rope up with your first one, and just take that off. Okay, and then on your second one, just follow that up again. So once you've got them followed on pitch, on the final one, I'm going to do the exact same. But now what we're going to do is connect all three of them up together and just make it one nice seamless tape joint. Now, as I mentioned before, you can use thread to whip it down with. Which I'll show you in another video, but I haven't got none with me at the minute to do. So I'll just show you how to do it the easier way, and then from that point onwards you guys can obviously go and experiment and try your own things. The main thing is to make sure that splice is perfect, because that's where your strength in your joint is going to be. There you have it, guys. Nice spliced anchor loop. So yeah, I hope this video helps, guys. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe for more fishing videos, tips and tricks.